In this round of Alaska Means Business, we sit down with the crew at Alaskan-owned Microcom, telling us what has changed in the 40 years Microcom has been helping Alaskans connect to the world.
First, it was bringing live television to Alaska, and then it was helping communities build their own cable television systems, and we did dozens and dozens of those.
So I had the opportunity to travel throughout the state and visit many communities and learn about the culture of rural Alaska.
Microcom was the first Starlink retailer in North America.
This is Alaska Means Business.
After graduate school, some friends of mine moved to Alaska, and they convinced me to come up and live with them, and they had a job waiting for me, so I decided to take the chance and come to Alaska. After working in Alaska for a couple of years, I met Chuck, and he was running this small business called Microcom.
I came to Alaska to visit my father back in the 70s and started working on the pipeline back in the late 70s, and then got an interest in the communications business and built my first satellite antenna here in 1979, and worked with a couple of other companies, and then finally formed Microcom in 1984.
And Microcom was responsible for selling cable television systems to rural communities. So I joined Microcom and helped him in the beginning, and then I took over the business so Chuck could go do bigger projects in Alaska. So I had the opportunity to travel throughout the state and visit many communities and learn about the culture of rural Alaska. When I would visit a community, I would tell them about the services we offered. We had relationships with all of the top programmers in the US, and we wanted to bring news, sports, entertainment, educational programming. And one of the comments that we had after we would build a cable TV system in a community was the community was so grateful because now families would stay together and watch TV together. So we felt like we were doing a great service for rural Alaska by expanding the number of television channels they were receiving. When I started with Microcom, we had one employee, and it was somebody I hired who was driving a school bus, actually. And he became our first employee, and just 2 years ago, he retired from Microcom. He had been with us for 39 years. So we were really proud of that, and he did a lot of work for us and developed a lot of our relationships with the communities in rural Alaska.
So we're a satellite communications company based in Alaska, but we have operations in Hawaii as well. We're providing any satellite service you can think of. We are have in some way delivering it. So whether that's Dish or DirecTV TV service to homes via satellite or streaming, all internet products via satellite, so Starlink, OneWeb, HughesNet, Viasat. If a customer wants one of those services, we're able to provide service and support, provide professional installation in all of Alaska and Hawaii. We send techs to rural Alaska every day. We send techs island to island in Hawaii every day, performing satellite installations.
Microcom has always believed in supporting our community, not only here in Anchorage, but Fairbanks, Juneau, Soldotna, where we've done many charitable events. We started with the Slam and Salmon Derby, where we have helped the soup kitchen at the time put together the Silver Salmon Derby and raise money for the Downtown Soup Kitchen, which is now called the Hope Center.
I mean, I think we're always really proud of that. We're proud that we have Alaskan roots. I was born in Alaska, went to Diamond here in town, went to UAA for my undergrad degree, and my parents have been here since the 70s, so I I think we really like contributing to our home state, and we really like helping rural Alaskans get connectivity and entertainment solutions, and we're going to continue to do that. I think there's a lot of opportunity for us in the future. So we're really happy to be considered an Alaska company and a small business.
And the first major project that we had at the time was bringing live television to Alaska for the first time. And we did that with helping Channel 13 KIMO to build their system at the time. We built that on their roof. And when they went live that night during that summer, that's when live television first came to Alaska for good, and the other stations would start using satellite technology as well. Until that time, everyone was using the tape delay centers down in the lower 48, and those of you in Alaska that have been here that long will remember that you used to get all of your programs a week or 2 weeks later, depending on where you lived, and that's what we helped change in that first year in 1984. I started out looking to be an engineer, and so that fit nicely into transitioning to being in running a satellite communications company. But I was also always interested in business, and I had started out opening a couple of businesses when I was a teenager, and so I just guess I had a little bit of entrepreneurial spirit, and so you combine all of those together with a excellent opportunity in an area like Alaska, and it was just kind of the perfect storm to come together and create a satellite-based business. And Microcom has always been focused on satellite and satellite solutions of one type or another, and that's what's helped us grow. And there's never a lack of opportunity for connectivity in Alaska. First, it was bringing live television to Alaska, and then it was helping communities build their own cable television systems, and we did dozens and dozens of those during the 80s, and connecting communities that didn't have good television or good ways of being able to communicate and know what's going on in the outside world. And then we took that to developing KU-band communications. We looked at things that other people would say would be impossible, and our response was, well, maybe it'll just take a little longer. And so in many cases where people said it would never work in Alaska, we proved that wrong, and we would bring that technology here and make it work. KU-band communications was one of those, and we built the antenna on top of the Frontier building. That was the first KU-band gateway that was built in Alaska for commercial use, and it's still in operation today, 35 years later. So over 40 years now, 41 years actually, that we've been in business. We have completed a lot of different projects, and some of those being firsts in the industry. So it's interesting to think back on that and try to pick the one out that made that would have been at the top of that list, because I think of so many things that going back to bringing television to the broadcasters, a lot of them couldn't afford at the time to buy these satellite communication systems. So we had to go out and help them create a method to finance them. And so we were trying to come up with solutions against those problems so that we could help companies or communities to be able to get that connectivity. The two projects that always jump out from our history are building the satellite communications network for Alyeska Pipeline that we completed in 1988. That was a big thing. It was the first time that KU-band had been used in a commercial application in Alaska. So that was a huge project, but I guess above all, it was bringing live television that first year, and what we were able to accomplish and how we changed what people were able to watch and view, the access to that entertainment and news and informational resource in very quick, short period of time was pretty amazing. in recent times, right, we've continued on. So we went from KU band to doing KA band and bringing systems like Dish Network and DirecTV, helping DirecTV decide they were going to provide service into Alaska that became so popular during the new millennium. So let me say this, so that DirecTV became very popular when we were able to finally bring it to Alaska because of the connection with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and Alaskans just really had a demand for that. So that was really successful and impacted many people all across the state. Then we started moving on with selling satellite broadband, first with the product called Viasat that we were selling, and HughesNet, and then that would become the LEO constellation. So first was the first LEO constellation is OneWeb, and then we transitioned to be selling more Starlink service. And so Microcom became the first retailer of Starlink in North America. But before that, we were helping OneWeb build out their network, and we ended up building the teleport in Talkeetna to be able to host OneWeb and provide their connectivity statewide. That was a huge step forward for Microcom, and to be able to provide that connectivity for a company that was going statewide with broadband communications for the first time was a great accomplishment for us, yes.
I really enjoyed being a small business owner. We have provided many opportunities for employees, and especially entry-level employees, to learn new skills that they didn't even know they had, from accounting to being a technician to being a warehouseman. And we've been really proud of being able to develop somebody who came to our company with no skills and be able to train them from the entry-level position to a management level position. And we've been really successful at being able to offer positions where people can grow.
The business, especially over the last 2 years, has been really changing. More focused on internet and more focused on rural installations. So we're flying technicians to rural Alaska often, and every now and then the weather doesn't cooperate. So we have a technician stuck in Levelock as well as one technician stuck in Microcom. Microcom was the first Starlink retailer in North America. So that is an incredible statement. It's still shocking every time I hear it, because Starlink is this global company, and little old Microcom in Alaska is the first retailer. So we had some good relationships with their management, and were able to start selling Starlink in January of 2023. Since then, we've sold tens of thousands of Starlink kits to rural Alaskans and rural Hawaiians, and have really, I think, changed the landscape of internet service in Alaska. And that's really been a result of our work. So if you buy from Microcom and you're not sure when you're going to activate it, you don't have to activate it until you're ready. We have a phone number you can call. We have a customer service center here in Anchorage. You can come in, talk about issues, talk about problems. We'll help you get it set up. For a long time, Starlink was just a black hole. You'd submit a ticket and you'd have no idea what would happen or when you would get a response. We stock every part, so if you need an extra mount or a spare cable or something breaks and you need a replacement part, we're here. We'll get it to you same day, next day. We'll ship it anywhere in the state, and we can get customers replacement equipment really fast, or a secondary Starlink kit if they need one for their home, cabin, boat, RV, wherever they're going. They can have a Starlink. I think there's countless thank yous. I think the Google reviews speak for themselves. There's so many positive reviews of customers commenting how much Starlink internet has changed their lives in rural Alaska, being able to attend classes, telehealth, and remote work. It's opened the doors for a lot of people in rural Alaska. Thousands of kids are learning over Starlink now. They're getting speeds that they've never seen before. It's opening so many doors for the schools themselves to do new things. We have this one story of there being an online gaming competition where the students, 5 or 10 students were online gaming. At the same time, they were having a basketball tournament, and a bunch of people were attending that, and everybody's connected to the Starlink at the school. And the IT manager said there was not even a hiccup. Everybody was online doing whatever they needed to do. Teachers were still logged in taking remote classes, and it worked perfectly. The opportunity for us really has been, there are so many remote locations, tens of thousands of remote locations that historically have had no internet or very poor internet, as well as no TV service or very minimal TV service. So there continues to be opportunity to serve these remote locations with television and internet service. So it's really, as fast as we can go is our opportunity. The challenges are exactly that. It's extremely remote. The geography of Alaska creates a lot of challenges for traditional satellite services. Getting line of sight installs can be difficult due to the low elevation angles of satellites on the horizon. So trees, buildings, mountains all block the signal because the antennas are looking so low. That's not the case now with low Earth orbit internet systems, but the challenges still remain as we're flying technicians to really remote areas of the state. We are doing installations, performing difficult installations. No building is the same, and these places are difficult to get to. Weather's challenging. It's extremely expensive to get to these places, so customers are really have to be committed. We're the local small business, family-owned business, woman-owned business, and we're out there going up against big telecoms, right? That have a lot of resources and a lot of funding that we've been getting by as a small business. So we're trying to do what we can, and that's always one of the challenges, is just being the little guy.
Well, it's a beautiful state. It gives you a lot of opportunity to do your own thing, and with any kind of determination, you can do whatever you want to do while you're living here.
What we like about Alaskans is the ability to overcome obstacles that you would see that people in the lower 48 just wouldn't be able to accomplish. So it's the experiences and the lifestyle and what people in Alaska are used to just in their everyday lives makes them more resilient and more able to be successful in the things that they take on. In a lot of ways, Alaska has been able to take advantage of the opportunity that the state has provided to us to be able to use, and so we look at tourism, and we look at the fishing industry and all the things that have grown beyond just where we started out with of just being a natural resource state, is that we've been able to find other opportunities and other pathways for us to be successful.
Excellent.
And so I'd like to say that Microcom has been able to play an important part of that by improving the connectivity throughout the state for people and businesses and institutions to be able to communicate and take advantage of that or build on that. If you look at the pillars of economic development, communications is a very important piece of that, and Microcom has spent the last 41 years helping Alaskans through building their communications pathways out.
We're able to be extremely agile and flexible. If we have to pivot, we can talk amongst ourselves, and we can make a decision that changes the direction of the company that day or the next day. There's no wait. We're extremely quick, and I think that's got to be one of the best things about being in a family business like this, where when something needs to change, something needs to happen, we need to take a different direction or look into something new, we can do it immediately. There's no delay.
Well, the benefits of having a family-owned business is that we could speak freely amongst each other, and we like to make decisions together so that it's for the benefit of the company. Don't give up. You have to stick with it and ride the wave and be determined.
You have to put in the hard work, and you can't let obstacles get you down. If there's a challenge, like it's weather or geography or whatever, you have to push through.
It's simple. You've got to follow your passions, and you've got to keep paddling. I mean, you've heard that before, but it's true. You've got to keep paddling in the direction that you want to go. You can't give up, and you've got to keep moving forward and take advantage of the opportunities as they're presented to you.
If you know an Alaskan business or business leader you think we should feature here on Alaska Means Business, please nominate them at AlaskaMeansBusiness.com.